My brother's name is Daniel. He was the golden child, the one with the perfect grades, the perfect smile, the charm that made adults melt and teachers rave. Me, I was the quiet one, the low-maintenance kid. Translation, the one who learned early how to shrink to keep the peace. Daniel had a way of making every room revolve around him. At dinner, he dominated the conversation. At holidays, the attention was all his. And if it wasn't, he'd find a way to get it. When I got a lead role in the school play, he announced, on the same day, that he'd made varsity basketball. He'd never even tried out before. I don't think he cared about the sport. He just couldn't handle not being the star. He didn't yell. He didn't hit. His weapon of choice was undermining. Subtle digs disguised as jokes. Wow, you're actually wearing that? Wait, you really thought that was impressive? Mom, she's being dramatic again. When I tried to stand up for myself, I was called sensitive. When I got upset, I was starting something. Daniel could do no wrong. If I complained, my parents would say, "Don't be jealous of your brother. He just has a strong personality." But it wasn't just strong, it was crushing. He took credit for things he didn't do. He lied when it benefited him, and somehow I'd end up apologizing. He manipulated situations so well that I started to question my own memory. I used to ask myself, am I the problem? Am I imagining this? That's what narcissistic people do. They twist your reality until you doubt your own voice. And the worst part, I wanted his approval. Every time he praised me, even if it was fake, I'd light up inside. I was constantly chasing crumbs of validation from someone who never had the intention of feeding me love in the first place. The breaking point came the year I got into college. I was the first in our family to get a scholarship. I came home, letter in hand, shaking with excitement. Daniel took one look at it and said, "Oh, that school? That's not even that competitive." Then he turned back to his phone. That was it. No congratulations, no hug, not even fake interest. Just a calculated flick of the knife, like always. That night, I cried. Not because of what he said, but because I finally accepted the truth. He was never going to be happy for me. He wasn't capable of it. I started therapy that year. For the first time in my life, someone looked me in the eye and said, "You're not crazy. You grew up with emotional abuse, and it wasn't your fault." That sentence changed everything. I started setting boundaries. Not the dramatic kind, but quiet, firm ones. No more oversharing. No more reaching out first. No more explaining my choices to someone who only wanted control. And when he noticed the distance, he called me selfish, said I was too emotional, told our parents I'd become cold and distant. But I didn't care anymore. I wasn't angry. I wasn't bitter. I was just done. Now, years later, we barely talk. And yes, sometimes that still hurts. Because I didn't just lose a sibling. I lost the fantasy of the relationship I wished we had. But I've learned something important. You can love someone from a distance. You can forgive without giving access. And you can break cycles, even if your family keeps trying to repeat them. If you grew up in someone else's shadow, if your sibling made you feel small, invisible, or not enough, you're not alone, and you're not broken. You are surviving. Drop a comment if this hit home. And if no one's told you lately, your story matters, even if no one else clapped when you told it.